There's no attribute set. I hope so. Let's go to router 8 and see how the path is taken to reach 9.9.4.1. This trace is not going because I have not advertised 8585. So I should have sourced it with some loopbacks, which I didn't do. That's why it's not going. It's okay. Meanwhile, we'll go to router 7 because that is not coming out. Router 7, if I trace route 9.9.4.1 with the source loopback 1. Okay, it goes via router 1 and then 9. Why? Why it should go via router 1? Why it is not going via 5? Because that's the eBGP neighbor for R4. So if you see the list here, you got a reachable valid next hop. Let me show you on R4. You have two valid next hops. Show IP BGP 9.9.4.1. You have two valuable and reachable next hops. Both are reachable. This is router 1 and this is router 5. Right? But there should be some tiebreaker. So it will check next the weight. There is no weight set via both the neighbors. There is no weight. We don't see any weight mentioned here. So there is a tie. And then checks the local preference. Yes, this has got the local preference, but this also got local preference. There is a tie again. Fine, next is it's going to check whether anything has got local origin, means any next hop is local origin. No, none of them are local origin. Both are from some other route. Shortest AS path, now both have got two autonomous system jumps. Two hops. So there's a tie again. And then prefers the lowest origin code, means I is preferred over question mark. And if you see here, both are I. This is the one, IGP, origin code, right? IGP. So there is a tie again. Now prefers the path with the lowest MED. If you see, there is no MED for this. And this is the MED of OSPF. Metric is copied as MED. So lowest is preferred because there is no MED. There is a default MED called 0 here. Let me show you that in BGP table. Show IP BGP. You can see there is a MED 0 here. Am I seeing the right one? 9.9.4.1, right? Metric 2. Metric is 2 for 9.9.4.1, but here it is not shown as 2. Yeah, here it is. This is not the metric. This is the OSPF cost to reach this next stop. This is the MAD that you need to focus. So here also MAD is 0, though it is not mentioned here. For EBGP, it won't be shown there, but it's 0 for both. So there is a tie. What is the tiebreaker then? EBGP is preferred over IBGP. This is the tiebreaker. This address is an EBGP address, external. This is an internal one. External is preferred over internal. That is the tiebreaker based on which the packets are going via router 1. Is there any question in this? Fine. Now, let's take another scenario. From router 8. Trace route with a source, loopback 1. This goes via router 2, not via router 3. There are 3 options. Router 5 can take via router 2, router 3, and router 4. But via router 5 should prefer via router 2. Let's examine that. Show IPBGP 9.9.4.1. So you got 3 paths. One is internal. Definitely it won't go via internal, when there is an external, it will not go via internal. Anyhow, let's start from the beginning. All 3 are reachable next stop. Yes, it can be pinged. This address can be pinged. Next. Weight. The weightage is not set to any, so you don't see any weight. Local preference also not set, so the default local preference is what given to all. Thai. No local origin. Shortest AS path, all 3 are 3 different paths, but all 3 have got same number of hops. Lowest origin code, all have IGP as origin code, so there's a tie. Prefers lowest MAD, there is no MAD set. Prefers EBGP over IBGP. As a result, this is rained out. This is removed. This is not in the competition now. Only these 2 are competing. So prefers EBGP over IBGP. Fine. So now out of 3, 1 is gone. Next is prefers the path through the closest IGP neighbor. See, both have got same cost, so it is not listed here. There is no IGP actually, IBGP. So no worry about that. We don't need to worry about that. There is no IGP. Both are EBGP, so there won't be any IGP cost. This is what the tiebreaker. The oldest router for EBGP path. So according to this, router 2 only is the oldest route to reach this destination. That is why it is chosen as best. If in case router 2 goes down, router 3 will become the best and it will continue as the best. Why? When router 2 comes back, it will not be seen as oldest. It will be seen as the latest. Oldest is preferred. Oldest router is preferred. That is going to be seen as the.
Also, if we do clear BGP.
Yeah, that is what I said. If you refresh BGP by shutting down and bringing up, or by putting some command, if you refresh BGP, then it becomes new, and R3 will be Hold. Next is, so this is the tiebreaker. Very rarely it'll go to attribute 10. They very rarely they will go to attribute 10, which is preferring the lowest. Again, lowest. You need to understand oldest, lowest neighbors, BGP router ID. You will not see that router ID in this output. You can see it there. When you type show IP BGP neighbor. For each router, there is a router ID. For router 4, this is the router ID. And for router and for router 2, this is the router ID. You see, so the lowest. See, for that, both the eBGP neighbors should have given the root at the same time, which is very rare. Only then the router ID. And again, there's no chance of two neighbors having same router ID. In case if they have, then there won't be any lowest. So it will prefer the path with the lowest neighbor IP address. Neighbor's IP address. So here, for router 5, this is the lowest neighbor address, 25, 25, 25. This is biggest. So right now we have R5 going via R2. It is because R2 gave the root first before R3. As we already discussed, let's go and refresh and see what happens. Clear IPBGP star soft. I'm not doing even hard reset, I'm giving soft reset, meaning without disturbing the neighborship, I'm resending the update. So the updates are resent, so it will be a fresh update on R5 as a result. It's just a lot. R5. No. Clear IPBGP star the neighbor address this. I'm just checking whether soft will make this work or only I need to do a hard reset. Hard reset means shutting down the neighbor completely and bringing it up. No, soft reset will not impact. So you have to give a hard reset. So the neighbor is resetted. The neighbor goes down and it has come back. Now you see router 3 is the oldest. Router 3 is shown as the best. Alright. What we can do next is we'll pick one of the subnet here. Maybe 9.9.2.1. We should make 9.9.2.1 to go via router 1 from anywhere. This is the scenario. 9.9.2.1 from both router 7 and router 8 needs to
Via router 1.
go via router 1. And 9.9.1.1 from both router 7 and 9 should go via router 2. And 9.9.3.1 should go via router 3. 9.9.4.1 there is no rule. There is no, can be any default. So only for these three destinations we have.
Actually, I have a question.
Hmm.
Not regarding this scenario, but in general, we have these three. So, router. Here I want to say, these devices are already part of global routing. So it means unless and until this particular site 99 does not advertise its subnets. So I mean the subnets we have on R9 is 9.1, 9.2, 9.9.3 or 9.9.4. So I cannot advertise these subnets on R7, right? Unless and until R7 learns from R9.
Yeah. Yeah, see, you should have 99 network on R7 to advertise, or you should have learned those networks already through some source. It need not be through BGP. Can be through BGP also. It can be through any source. R7 should have that network so that it can advertise. A router cannot advertise a network which is not in the routing table.
Okay. Another question, Jay.
Hmm.
So in a router, let's say we have 10 prefixes, sorry, or 10 interfaces we configured with 10 IP addresses.
Hmm.
All the subnets will talk to each other, right?
Come again?
Let's say there is the subnet we have 9.1.
Hmm.
If I go and ping 9.9.2.1 without any source, will it ping?
How can a packet be sent without any source? Tell me.
No, because we are talking about one router which have subnets configured in there. Still, it means we
No,
have
no.
to provide source.
You see, if you don't want to provide source, when you speak to router 9, you should speak with the source address which router 9 knows to respond back. It's pinging is two-way communication. Yeah, pinging is two-way. So we want these destinations to take these paths. So best option is local preference. Best way to do this is local preference. There's no the tell me.
I mean, the rules which you said. The question is, where do we have to do any configuration changes to apply this impact?
You need to do both on router 4 and router 5. Or if you say no, router 4 is not in my control, You can still manage with one router. Router 5 itself, I can do all these configurations. Sorry, all the configurations to achieve this policy. How do you want me to do? You want me to do in both 4 and 5, or you want me to do only on any one of this router, 4 or 5?
Let's do it's only one router.
Okay, so I'll do it on router 4. When I do this on router 4, the impact will also be there on 5. You see, right now when I go to router 7 and trace 9911, right now it is going via 5.3. It goes via 5.3. Why? It goes via 5.3. So something is already there configured in 5. Let me go to 5. I want to remove those things. Show IP BGP. Aha. Sometime early in our class we configured this one. Let me remove this. Router BGP 45. Do show run section router. I'm going to remove this policy. Clear IPBGP. Now let's go back to router 7. It goes to router 1. So 9.1.1, according to what we have as a policy here, 9.1.1.1 should go via router 2. But right now it is going via router 1. So not as per the policy. What about 9.1.2.1? This is also going via router 1. 2.1 can go via router 1. It is okay. It is okay. So this is not matching. This is matching. Next. What about 3.1? 3.1 also goes via router 1, but according to this, it should go via router 3. 4.1 should go default. So 4.1 is not at all our focus. Now let us go to router 8 and check this. 4.1 goes via router 3. That doesn't matter for us. And then 3.1. 3.1 goes via router 3. 3.1 should go via router 3. From router 8, this is okay. This is okay. And 1.1 goes via router 3, which is not okay. It should go via router 2. And 2.1 should go via router 1, but it is going via router 3, which is also not okay. So our our scenario is from anywhere, router 8 or router 7. We want only these things to be elected as a path. So the default is not really suiting our requirement. Maybe here and there it suits, but not for all, from everywhere. From everywhere, for all destination, it should match this expectation. And you said you use any one of this router, 4 or 5, to achieve this. Okay, I'm going to use 4 to achieve this. 4 or 5 I'll use 4. Or should I use 5? Which one should I use? Huh?
Okay, let's use R4 first. And also enter R5.
Anyone?
Just to see the difference.
Anyone today? And
today, yeah.
Next class 5 I'll use. Okay, now we are on router 5. First of all, I would like to write access lists. Access list 101 permit or let me write a standard access list. Access list 1 permit 9 dot host 9.9.1.1. Access list 2 9.9.2.1. Access list 3 3.1. Next is I'm going to write a route map. Route map. Policy match 1. Match 1.
I think it's match address 1 or match 1.
Match. No.
Okay. Sorry, my mistake.
Match. You're right. IP address 1.
Yeah, okay.
Now, 1 is preferred over router 2. See, router 2, if it needs to go to router 2, then I need to give highest local preference to router 5. So I'll set local preference. I'll set local preference. I'll set local preference lower to this. I'll say 50. Because I do not want, the default local preference is 100. I do not want to go via router 1. So I'm setting 50. And for 2, match IP address 2. If that match happens, set local preference 150. Next, match IP address 3. If that match happens, 3 should go via router 3. Okay. I should set local preference 50. Now,
Local preference lower is preferred, is it, Jay? Or higher?
higher is preferred. Now I will go to router BGP 45 and say whenever you receive updates from neighbor 14.14.14.1, use the route map poll. As the update comes in. Okay, there is one more route map I need to write for the rest of the unmatched traffic, so I say sequence 20. Done. Now let us verify. Clear IPBGP star soft. Show IPBGP. You will see now for 1.1 it sends via router 5. Earlier it was sending via router 1. And for 2.1 also it is sending via 5. 3.1 also it is sending via 5. 4.1 alone it is sending directly. But for 2.1 it should send via router 1. 2.1 somehow I accidentally mistakenly given 100 instead of 150 I have given 100. So I need to go and alter the route map. Show run section route map. This is the problem. I should have given in a separate. Okay, I'm going to do it. I understand the mistake that I did. Now I'm going to say no route map. All. I should have said in different instance route map. Match IP address 1. If that match happens, I don't like to go via R1. So I'll give set local preference 50. I need to come out of this and route map 11 match address 2 I would like to send via route 1. So this one I'll set local preference 150 and policy 12 match address 3 should go via router 3, which means I need to set local preference lower. And 20 is already there, that's all. Clear IPBGP star soft. Show IPBGP. Now still it's not impacting because I said 200, it is not shown here, which means 200 is not shown here. Show IP. Oh, it's there. 150 is there. Okay, so let's check now what we want. We want 2 to go via router 1. 2 is going via router 1. Yes, no doubt. Next. We want 1 to go via router 2. Router 1 is going via, if it needs to go to router 2, it needs to go via 5. It is going. In R4, no problem. It's going. And then 3 should go via router 3. Then this also should have next stop as 555. Yes. So on router 5, we have achieved what we want. Means router 4 is diverting the packet as per the policy. Now on R5, I have to do some changes.
Jay, could you go back to the page here? What is this I stand for in front of the subnet prefix?
This I know.
This I.
This one you're talking, or which one? This is. Yeah. This means these are all coming from IBGP. IBGP. Right? See, this is EBGP. You don't have I here. 5555 is IBGP. Yep.
Oh, it's learning from R5.
Oh. Okay. See, on R4, you're welcome. On R4, we have achieved, but still, after going to 5, it will go to 2 or 3, depends. Again, we have to write roadmap here to achieve this. So, partially achieved. If I would have picked router 5, I would have. There is no need for me to touch router 4 because I did it on router 4. Only partial achievement is done. Sometime it may go via router 3 or 2. So in our next class, I'll use router 5 instead of router 4 and show you how these can be achieved in configuring on one router. Okay, so
Okay.
we'll